Today, we're diving into all the leaks from the new Town Hall 17 Part 2 update, new defense levels, a merged defense, a brand new seed machine, and much more. Starting off with one of the most important updates, we can confirm that a brand new merged defense is coming to Clash of Clans. If you aren't aware, merged defenses are Supercell's latest innovation, designed to save space while introducing fresh, dynamic buildings to the game. This concept allows players to combine multiple defenses into a single, more powerful structure, optimizing base layouts while enhancing defensive capabilities. However, the addition of a new defense, especially in the middle of a Town Hall cycle, seems a bit unusual. Typically, Supercell reserves major defense upgrades for the launch of a new Town Hall level, making this decision particularly interesting. It raises questions about whether this new defense is meant to compensate for the removal of the Eagle Artillery, which has been a staple of high-level defenses for years.
The Eagle Artillery merging with the Town Hall. Why was that decision made, and why was that the defense that was picked?
There's two things. One of them is that the team wanted to shake up the gameplay a little bit more than it was when we upgraded from Town Hall 15 to 16, because something that we noticed was a bit of a stagnation with previous Town Hall upgrades, and that's not something we wanted. So this time, we wanted players to give up an existing defense to make room for new ones. And the main goal, again, is to not make the game overly complicated. And that's one of the reasons why we picked Eagle Artillery. But if we want to make these changes, we want to shake things up, start moving to a direction that we feel like it's better for the game, we have to make these bold changes.
So this new addition could be Supercell's way of rebalancing Town Hall 17's power dynamics. The introduction of a mid-cycle defense also suggests that Supercell is looking for ways to shake up attack strategies and base building techniques. With new threats emerging in every update, defending bases effectively is becoming increasingly challenging, so a powerful new defense could be the key to keeping attacks in check. Whether this defense will live up to the legacy of the Eagle Artillery remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, this update is bound to change the meta in a big way. Taking a closer look at both the calendar and the base, it's clear that these two buildings are the same, but the base provided has a before and after, and we know last time that we got a few buildings teased, like the merging of the Eagle Artillery. This time, it's pretty obvious that the max geared up Archer Tower and the max geared up Cannon will combine to form this new spear/harpoon-like defense. How this might affect the meta is unbeknownst to everyone, but surely this defense will pack a punch as it's combining two very strong defenses. However, this defensive buff doesn't stop with the new building. In fact, several existing defenses are getting new levels. For instance, the Scattershot is now upgradable to level 6, aligning with the dark-themed aesthetic of Town Hall 17. Following the Scattershot, the Expos have also received an upgrade. All 4 Expos in the new base appear to be upgraded to level 12, further enhancing defensive capabilities. Although it's a bit hard to see, it looks like the Teslas will also be receiving a much-needed upgrade, reaching level 16 to further strengthen base defenses. And additionally, although it's not actually shown in this image, the second portion of the Town Hall 16 update previously allowed players to fully max their walls, bringing them all to level 17. Based on that pattern, it's speculated that the same will happen in this Town Hall 17 update, likely allowing walls to be upgraded to level 18. Shifting our focus to offense now, another leak reveals that the workshop, where siege machines are unlocked starting at Town Hall 12, appears to be getting an additional level. This suggests that a new siege machine may be introduced, further expanding attack strategies at higher levels. Taking a closer look at this design, it closely resembles a spring trap. Given that spring traps are known for launching troops away from the base, this new siege machine, being an offensive unit, will likely do the opposite, flinging troops into a targeted area of the base. Another possibility is that the siege machine itself launches into the base before attacking and deploying Clan Castle troops upon impact. Its exact mechanics are still unknown, and for now, this remains pure speculation. For those of you observant enough to have caught a glimpse of the account, you may have noticed that the Boulder, Poison Spell, and Haste Spell are all receiving new levels. These upgrades are likely intended to help balance the increasing strength of other troops and ensure that Clan Castle reinforcements remain a powerful aspect of attacks. But what about a new pet? This was something heavily speculated a while ago, when an earlier leak showcased upgrades for multiple defenses, including the Scattershot, Mortar, Ricochet Cannon, Multi-Archer Tower, and most notably, the Pet House. This led many players to believe that a new pet was on the horizon, and while a new pet is still highly likely, the most recent leak seems to tell a different story. The pet house appears to have reverted to its previous level 10 design rather than the newly rumored version, possibly hinting that Supercell isn't quite ready to introduce the pet just yet. So far, we've covered the potential introduction of a new merge geared up defense, upgrades to troops and spells, defensive buffs, and offensive enhancements, but the real question is, how will all these changes impact gameplay, shift the meta, and shape the future of Clash of Clans? Starting with the defenses, as I mentioned earlier, I'm confident that this defensive buff will be widely welcomed by the community. Looking at the current state of the game, with the Eagle artillery no longer in the mix, it has become much easier to triple max Town Hall 17 bases. Additionally, with the increasing number of merged defenses, players are gaining more freeze value, making it a lot easier to execute successful attacks. It's clear that this defensive buff was an essential update, and it could be the first of many. The Supercell team likely doesn't yet know how the meta will evolve or how strong bases might become, which means they may need to continue adjusting defenses to keep the game balanced and competitive. This update seems like part of a longer term strategy in order to maintain the challenge and excitement of the game as Town Hall 17 settles into its own. Following the surge in strength of defenses, it's also crucial to address the new levels for the Bowler, Poison, and Haste spells. In terms of reasoning, I believe the Supercell team conducted some tests and observed that the Bowler had lost some of its former strength with all the new buffs being added to other units and defenses. They might have wanted to either bring the Bowler back into the spotlight or shift the meta to make it more viable for players. As for the Poison spell, with the Clan Castle getting a new level and the potential for more troops to fit inside, it's possible that the previous Poison level wasn't strong enough to effectively deal with increased troop capacity. Therefore, a stronger Poison spell would help maintain balance. And lastly, the new Haste spell level could be aimed at encouraging more players to use it, either as a part of a regular strategy or to boost farming rates, particularly for sneaky goblin raids, which are often used for quick resource gathering. All these adjustments suggest that Supercell is continually fine-tuning the game to keep it fresh, balanced, and competitive. All in all, the defensive boost is certainly exciting for players. I'm especially surprised by the inclusion of a new defense in the middle of a Town Hall cycle. This is unprecedented and likely won't happen again, as adding an entirely new defense or building midway through a cycle seems extremely unlikely. Gear ups themselves are already a rare and special circumstance, with only the gear up mortar left to be seen. The possibility of merging base mortars into a ricochet or multi equivalent as the signature defense of Town Hall 18 or beyond is an interesting theory, especially if they decide to retire the gear up mortar by merging it with this new defense in yet another mid-cycle update. It would be a bold move, but one that could further shake up the meta and keep the game fresh. Nonetheless, the mid-cycle innovation is likely a rare exception, as it would be difficult to pull off such significant updates again without disrupting such balance. Thank you so much for watching this video. YouTube thinks you like these videos next. Peace out and take care.